Hey, what's going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, man, I'm kind of excited about what we're talking about today. The review we're going to do today is on the 2020 Mazda Cx30. Yeah, I bet you're like, Mazda Cx30. Yeah, I know they got a Mazda 3, and they got a Mazda 5, and they got a Mazda 9. But the reason they couldn't call this the Mazda 4 is because they already have a Mazda 4 in China. So they didn't want to mess everybody up, so they went with a 30. Yeah, that didn't mess everybody up. Okay, that's what we're doing today, guys. And like always, I try to bring two different versions. Okay, so we got the front wheel drive version, and then we got the all wheel drive version, which stick around to the all wheel drive version because I have a treat at the end of the video. But let's go ahead and start with the front wheel drive version, in which basically the major thing difference between the all wheel drive and the front wheel drive is the price. Okay, now the front wheel drive, it runs you $23,000 pretty much even. Now, as far as horsepower and all that, they both got the same horsepower. They both got 186 horsepower and 186 foot-pounds of torque, which, as far as I've never known anything to have the same horsepower as torque. That was kind of weird for me. But anyway, let's get into this. This has a 6-speed automatic transmission, which a lot of the other ones have a 9-speed, but this one has a 6-speed automatic transmission. And let's get into the fuel. Okay, the fuel on this, you got a 13.5 gallon tank, which, yeah, I know it don't sound like much, but for a small vehicle like this, I guess it's okay. Now, what that gives you 25 miles to the gallon in the city. Okay, it gives you 33 miles to the gallon on the highway, which is a combined of 28 miles to the gallon, which I don't think is too bad. Now, 337 miles per tank in the city, which 300, I mean, in the city, I think that's pretty decent. Now you get 445 miles per tank on the highway, which still I think is pretty decent. Now, let's switch over a little bit and go to the all-wheel drive. Okay, now the all-wheel drive, it's 24,400, which is only a $1,400 difference. And all-wheel drive for $1,400, I think that's pretty good. Me personally, I like all-wheel drive anyway. But this is what you're getting for $1,400. You're getting, now it changes a little bit. Why? Now check this out. There's a 12.7 gallon tank. Why do you have two different tanks on basically the same car? And the weight is going to be different because an all-wheel drive weighs more than a front-wheel drive, which is, on this one right here, is only 121 pounds difference, which is not a whole lot, but it's still something. It's pretty much a human in there. But this one gives you 24 miles to the gallon in the city, 31 miles to the gallon on the highway, which a combined of 26 miles to the gallon combined, which, is not too bad. I mean, especially if my trade-off is a little bit of gas for all-wheel drive, I'll do it every time. Okay, now 304 miles per tank in the city, which is a little low, but you get 393 miles per tank on the highway, which I don't think is as bad. I don't really care for the losing a gallon of gas, switching. Why don't you do two different tanks? But anyway, the wheelbase on this thing is 104 inches, point 0.5. Now, 104.5 inches is the wheelbase. Now, the length is 173 inches, which is not too bad. It's kind of the same, for the rest of them. But this one actually seats 5 people comfortably. But if you don't need that room for all 5 people, you can flip the back, the second row of seats. You can flip that down and get 45.2 cubic feet in the back. 45.2 cubic feet. That's a pretty good bit of storage. But if you did have somebody, and you needed to flip that seat back up, I mean, you can get 20.2 cubic feet back there, which is 20. That's still not too bad. I mean, you could still fit a pretty good bit of stuff back there. But the suspension, the suspension on this thing is not real bad either. You got struts in the front, and then you have a torsion beam in the back. I don't know a whole lot. I don't know a whole lot about that. But the wheels on this thing, you can get the base model. You can get the 215 65 16-inch wheels. 16-inch wheels, I don't know. Now you can upgrade to the 18-inch wheels, which come standard on the higher, the higher price ones. So it's not too bad. Okay, so let's go from the wheels. Let's step back inside for a minute. And the Infotainment Center. This is one thing I don't know, because a lot of people's doing the touch screen. I personally like the touch screen. This one does not have a touch screen. The Mazda switched to it's a big screen. It's an 8.8 screen, but you have to go to the dial down there by your shifter. And they say it's better, but personally, I don't care for it too much. But, it is what it is. Now, other than that, you see that real nice, it's like a deep red. It's like it's real shiny, kind of lose yourself. That paint actually costs you a little more. But you can get that paint for $600 more. Now, with $1,400 going to an all-wheel drive, pay the $600 for the paint. That's $2,000, and you have a pretty sharp vehicle. I think I would probably do that. I like Mazdas, and for what they're offering, it's not bad. I mean, it's not a speed demon. I mean, considering it's only 2.5, liter 4-cylinder. But this thing will go 0 to 60 in about 8.1 seconds or below. Okay, now you stuck around for this right here. Now, what I do like is you have a button. This thing has an off-road button inside of it. This thing only weighs 3,353 pounds. It only weighs 3,353 pounds. And you can take this thing off-road, which I probably won't do. It only has like 8 inches of ground clearance. So I wouldn't go crazy with it. But with the all-wheel drive, being all-wheel drive, and you have an off-road button, I think I could probably get in some trouble with this thing. But hey guys, if you like this and I'm trying to bring you, good content, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all next time. Hey, be good to yourself, and please be good to others. Thank you.